What's up, everybody? Josh Clow here. Today, I have a huge hot take, a bold prediction for the Miami Dolphins that could potentially be a possible situation for the Miami Dolphins. If you guys already read the title, should the Dolphins trade for Ezekiel Elliott? If you guys don't know any of the situations going down between Ezekiel Elliott, give you a quick recap. Ezekiel Elliott announced that he will not play for the Cowboys this season if he does not get a new deal done within the next couple of weeks. He will sit out the whole season, just about what Le'Veon Bell did. There's been tension between both parties lately. Jerry Jones kind of already announced that they don't need Ezekiel Elliott to build a championship winning team. That's already the first indicator that they're ready to move on from Zeke. But the other problem is they don't have money. They have just the top of my head. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Mari Cooper, Byron Jones, just those four people alone are all due for new deals. That's not counting anybody else on the team, just those four guys alone. Where Dak's going to get over $30 million a year. He will be the most overpaid quarterback in the league. Byron Jones will be the second priority because he's not an elite cornerback, but he does play very well in that position, and it's very hard to find guys that play in that level of, playmaking skills at the cornerback position, definitely in a very pass-heavy league this time. So he's going to be the second consideration getting a new deal, and then Amari Cooper, then Zeke. Zeke's obviously going to be getting a lot, basically Todd Gurley money. And break down some of the stats, you can see why. He is a two-time league leading rusher in 2016, his rookie year, and then 2018, this last season that just happened. He's 4,000 yards in total after 3 seasons, 135 catches for 1,200 more yards, and he has 28 rushing touchdowns with 6 more receiving, so 34 overall touchdowns. And get this, he's only 24 years old. So he's a all pro his rookie year, and then he's going to Pro Bowl twice. So obviously this guy is legit. He is a great running back. Granted, he has been beneficial to the great offensive line the Dallas Cowboys have had in recent years. The Dallas Cowboys have had probably one of the best offensive line in the last decade, whereas Miami Dolphins has one of the worst. But we're going to go into why should we get him, and then what is he really worth? What can the Dolphins give that's not going to kill the team? So, why should we get him? Well, he is a year younger than Kenyon Drake. He's obviously better than Kenyon Drake. Now, I'm not, disclaiming Kenyon Drake. I think he's a fantastic running back. But Ezekiel Elliott's already a proven running back. Like I said, he's a two-time league-leading rusher. Kenyon Drake hasn't had over 1,000 yards rushing in a season yet. He has been behind somebody every year. Jay Ajayi, Frank Gore, and then this year they're saying that Kalen Ballage might be able to take the start over Kenyon Drake. So Kenyon Drake definitely in Miami has had problems trying to get into the starting lineup to be a full-time starter. So that's the reason why we should get Ezekiel Elliott. To Brian Flores, the guy's a smart man. Sometimes you're going to have to make some ballsy trades, some ballsy moves. Josh Rosen was one of them. But to have a possibility to get an all-pro player, Miami Dolphins haven't had an all-pro player in quite a while. And to have Ezekiel Elliott, a running back who's averaging almost 5 yards a carry, he's not at 5 yards a carry career-wise, but he is a guy to honestly move the chains. He is a guy to get the offense going, keep going, moving the tempo, definitely for a league, where the Patriots are in their division, but the Brady and Belichick era is coming to an end. There's going to be a new crown in the AFC East. Zeke is one of the best possibilities to get the head start. Jets already have Le'Veon Bell, and then the Bills are kind of iffy where they're at. There's LaShawn McCoy, but he is definitely aging, and I know that they got a couple of rookies. So with the Le'Veon Bell, he's one of the top running backs in the league. Why shouldn't we go get one of the top running backs in the league? So that's my reason why we should have Zeke. He will help the team. He will help the offense. He will help the offensive line. We're a better run protection than pass protection, obviously. But for Zeke, if we could feed him and he can constantly move the chains, Josh Rosen will not be pressured as much, or Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like I said, we can get the ball moving, go down the field more often, even if we don't get all the touchdowns every drive, to get field goal range every other drive. At least that is something better than the Miami Dolphins only producing 20 points a game. So, we, what is he worth though? Um, my prediction is, what can we give him? I think the Dolphins and Brian Flores could honestly bust out a mega trade, a second round pick, a mid round pick, like a fourth or a fifth, and then trading Kenyon Drake for Ezekiel Elliott. I think that would be the best win-win situation. Obviously, they're going to be wanting first-round picks for Ezekiel Elliott, but if we can give them a player to switch out, Kenyon Drake, he is almost the same age as him. He's a dual threat running back, but I think the Dolphins want to move on from Kenyon Drake. Ezekiel Elliott, like I said, is the best possibility for them. And also, Kenyon Drake is going to be cheaper than Ezekiel Elliott's going to be. It will be more affordable for them, for Kenyon Drake to go over to the Cowboys and get a new deal done. And he'd be the best running back on that team still, regardless whoever else they have. So, and then for the Dolphins have over $100 million in cap space next year, or going to be near it. So the Dolphins can really fork up most of the money next year. You can sign him to that mega deal, where 4 year, 5 year, Todd Gurley money, $14-15 million a year average. You can fork up maybe half of that money first year alone, because the Dolphins aren't really going to go after a lot of free agents next year anyway, because they want to rebuild, they want to do it through the draft. And with Josh Rosen contract being insanely low, $2 million a year for the next 3 years, they can fork up that money right off the bat. So his contract, Ezekiel Elliott's contract, can be lower near the end of it, where a lot of people it goes higher. So that's my prediction for the Dolphins. Yes, the Dolphins should go out and trade Ezekiel Elliott. That would be the biggest move the Dolphins will have done in a couple of years, to get an all-pro running back. They're hard to find nowadays. Ezekiel Elliott will make the Dolphins a so much better team. Our offense will be already better. And then with Josh Rosen, Ezekiel Elliott, and then possibly Preston Williams, who's on the come up. We saw him in that preseason game. We could potentially have a big three on this team, if all of them can produce and everything goes to plan. Let me know below if you guys agree we should go and trade out Ezekiel Elliott. What do you think he's worth? Like I said, I think he's worth maybe a second, a fourth, and Kenyon Drake. Like I said, they'd be wanting a first, but Cowboys and Jerry Jones is a very stubborn guy. He'll get what he wants. Obviously, Ezekiel Elliott moving forward is what he wants. The Dolphins can probably, and then he'll get Kenyon Drake, which would be probably the sealer right there. But let me know below what you think he's worth. Let me know how you feel about the situation. And like always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you very much.